Are you serious about your health and fitness, but overwhelmed by the conflicting information and BS all over social media? Welcome to Fit Facts. Brought to you by Brandon Pascual and Gabe Erno. With a combined 10 years of training experience, this physical therapist and personal trainer duo bring you the most up-to-date and applicable fitness and lifestyle tips based on the most cutting-edge research, bridged with field experience of what actually works and is sustainable for the long term. Enjoy.
Like, have you ever had a crazy New Year's resolution where it's something that, I don't know, like, you were like, I want to do this thing, and then it was just, like, a really weird or a random one?
Before, I actually didn't really believe in New Year's resolutions. Like, I never made it.
You were an anti-resolution.
I was an anti-resolution, because I was one of those people where it's like, and I feel like I still am, where it's like, if you're going to just change, you better make a change, like, right now, not because it's going to be a new year.
Yeah, there's this Tony Robbins quote I like, it's, change happens in an instant.
I know.
Yeah, but it's like, you're not like, oh, I'm going to wait 30 days until it's the new year. Like, no, that's stupid. Like, if you want to make a change, just make a change. It doesn't have to be New Year's.
Yeah, like, but this year, though, I'm actually doing something where it's like, I'm trying to read at least 6 books by the end of this year.
That's cool. And also, I won't say it's stupid, right? Like, I think don't wait for change, but the new year can be a good time to, like, help you think and consider and plan, like, what do I really want for my life?
Yeah.
So,
and
New Year's resolutions can be good.
Yeah, and it's also good because it's like, it's very common to make a New Year resolution. So maybe when you're doing your New Year's resolution, you will have like coworkers or friends that will want to do a New Year's resolution also. So it's like more of like everyone's doing it, so let me hop on type of thing.
You're giving away too much of the episode.
Is that what
we're gonna talk about some of these good things. But before we talk about really what the episode's about, like, Brandon, we've been podcasting today. We've been putting in some good work.
Oh, we really have.
Yeah. Guys, podcasting can be exhausting a little bit. I gotta say, talking to the camera, like, it uses a lot of cognitive bandwidth.
Yep. You know that term?
I do know that term.
The good thing about this is like, I got my caffeine in.
I don't use the caffeine because caffeine, it's weird. I'm so sensitive to caffeine. If I take it before the podcast, I'll feel like a little like, kind of like low-level anxiety. And then I find like I actually am like worse at talking and my energy like actually like goes down.
Oh, really?
It's like weird. I have like an inverse effect.
Oh, shit. I think it might be a placebo thing for you. I think it's because you thought about how that happened.
Can we restart this episode? I'm just like...
Really? I like this.
Which, I don't know. What do you think? Should we just keep going?
No, we're going to keep going. Guys.
All right. I just wasn't...
No, I actually like this intro.
All right, yeah. I was feeling like the banter was weird, but we're going to keep going. This is how Fit Facts goes down. So this episode, it's all about top 5 tips that will help you succeed with your New Year's fitness resolution. Brandon, let's go ahead. Take tip number 1.
All right, tip number 1 is you want to set realistic goals and break them down into manageable chunks.
Brandon, what does that mean, dude?
I know, that's a mouthful. Like, who said that? Who typed that in? I'm just kidding. Yeah, so it's like realistic goals as in, let's say you're trying to lose 100 pounds. All right, so you're gonna put that goal at the end of this year. Okay, so when you do that, you got to make sure that you got to ask yourself, how are you gonna lose 100 pounds? So you want to set those like small goals of like, okay, I could lose 100 pounds by maybe losing 2 pounds a week or so. You could do it up like that, or you could also think of like what behaviors will let me lose 100 pounds by the end of this year.
I like the behavior idea.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to even just get caught off with like the goal itself. You'll be more successful with the goal if you think of like what behaviors will lead me to the goal. So that's great. If you want to bench press 500 pounds, you could think like, I want to bench press 500 pounds, or you could think like, what do I need to do to bench press 500 pounds? Let me focus on being consistent with those.
Yeah, and then I even put the term like manageable chunks because in this whole 2023 year, shit's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be able to, like, let's say one of the behaviors is like hitting the gym 5 times a week. There's going to be shit going down probably in February or March or whatever where you won't be able to do that. So then you don't want to go into a mindset where it's like, I'm not going to hit the gym 5 times this week, so I might as well just forget about it.
Yeah.
So that means that goal wasn't really manageable.
And was your goal really to hit the gym 5 times a week, or was your goal to improve your body and your fitness? Because when you think of it that way, then you can think, oh wow, I can't hit it 5 times this week, but I'm not a failure because I can still improve my body, my fitness. Maybe I got it in 2 times this week. So there's also ways to not be overly rigid there as well. But I like that you said manageable chunks, because it's almost like sometimes people can be really inclined to set these really big goals and they're really exciting and they're really motivating. But then that motivation goes away and then it just becomes daunting and overwhelming. And that's why so many people fail at their New Year's resolutions. So what I've had to force myself to do, this has been so hard because I I'm an ambitious guy, and I get really excited. I set these like really lofty goals. And like I had a 6-year stretch where every year I would make these goals like multiple times a year. I'd make a plan for myself. I'd be like, I'm going to wake up at this time, do this, read for 30 minutes, immediately go work out for an hour and a half, do this, get a 4.0, like all these things. And then I wouldn't achieve it, and I would feel really bad about myself, and then I would not do any of it, and then I would restart the cycle, failure, all this.
You're so overwhelmed.
So overwhelmed. Yeah. Eventually, I literally had to force myself to be like, I'm going to set goals that actually seem too easy. I'd say, I want to work out 2 times a week. That sounds really easy. But it's fine because you can achieve that goal, and then you can build on that. Yep. You can say, okay, now I can go to 3 times a week. Like, you don't have to start big initially. Or you can even say, like, I'm going to work out 5 days a week. That's what I want to do. But, like, my goal is only 2. So if I miss 1 week, I'm still getting that goal.
Yeah, that's why I even ask clients, like, realistically, how many times do you see yourself working out this next few weeks or months? And they'll be like, oh, I can go to the gym 5 times a week. I'm like, oh, really? Is that so? You know what I mean? So, like, I literally tell them, like, how about let's aim for 2 times a week? And then they'll give me pushback of, like, why can't it be 5? I'm telling them because, like what I said before, like, shit's going to happen. And right now, you've gone to the gym probably once in the past month. Yeah. There's no way your body's going to be able to be like, okay, let's go 5 times a week. And even if you do, it won't be sustainable, and you probably won't build that relationship to working out. You'll probably see it more as a chore, like when you go to work, instead of like you're working on yourself. So that's why that 2 times a week is good, and then you let it develop and then build on to that 5 times a week.
Yeah, motivation is fleeting. So when that motivation goes away, do you want to be like hit in the face with like, holy shit, I really just set this goal, I regret it? Or do you want to be like, oh, okay, I'm not super motivated right now, but I can still do this. I can achieve this.
Exactly.
And over time, build on that.
All about sustainability.
Yes, sir.
All right. And that next habit is going to be prioritizing self-care and getting enough sleep. So does this mean getting our nails done or getting a lineup?
Yeah, self-care means, just getting fresh haircuts, good clothes. No, Brandon, not at all. No, self-care is things that are good for our body, good for our mental health. They're actually going to help us thrive in our goals. Yeah. This could be getting good sleep, right? Yep. It's going to be eating properly. It could even extend to spending time with people who make you feel good and build you up and aren't toxic. Like, it really extends to all areas of your life. So if you think about, like, do I have any relationships that are really draining for me? Yeah. This friend never actually cares about my life. They're only talking about themselves. Like, cutting people out can be tough, but that's even a form of self-care. But what self-care is not like going to the mall and shopping.
And like buying for yourself because it's like you're trying to make yourself feel good, I guess, right?
Yeah, masking what you actually need to address.
Even I would even say self-care is like even just like taking like 5 minutes at the end of your day before you shower or get ready for bed. Yeah. Just like reflecting on the day or making a to-do list or like even like journaling, like thinking about like what are you grateful for today? What will you be grateful for tomorrow? Stuff like that.
Yeah, or just like making sure like you have a balance in your life. I have many potential clients that I have turned down because they were at times where I realized if I work that time, I'm not going to have the amount of free time that I want, that I need to just do my hobbies and be happy, and I could make more money. I could have all this, but no, I want balance in my life right now. So, you got to prioritize that for yourself.
Definitely. And that's why there's some clients who want to see me like more than 2 times a week. But then if I say yes, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll have more money, I'll have more business, but then I'm like, I won't have any time for myself. Yeah. That's why I actually physically go in my schedule and block a certain day in a certain time where I have no clients, and that's where I work out or do some kind of like book reading, like for my New Year's resolution, of course. Stuff like that.
All right. You're really excited about this New Year's resolution.
Oh, yeah, I am.
I like it. What is the res? It's 6 books this year?
6 books this year. I feel like I will be able to hit that.
It's very attainable, yeah.
It is.
Are you a slow reader or a fast reader?
Slow reader, but they're these 2 books I'm reading right now at the same time. Yeah. I'm actually going through them pretty quick. Nice. Yeah, so I'm like, oh shit, I want to keep the momentum up, but I don't want to burn myself out.
Yeah, because it's like if you get the 6 and you still have time left in the year, it's not like you have to stop. Like, you can keep going. Yeah. But you'll have hit your goal and you'll feel good about it.
Right, and also it's like with me, it's like I also want to like implement like what I learned in the books as well.
That's very important.
So I give myself like that month and a half, 2 months.
Yep. What is knowledge if it's not applied?
Exactly. Yeah. Put that on a shirt. Get that tattooed on your face.
Habit number 3 is going to be track progress and celebrate successes, big or small. So obviously with these resolutions, with these goals, some of them will be straightforward. Did you read the 6 books? Did you not? Like, you know, you can look at that and see like, okay, I've read 1 book and it's February, I'm on track, whatever.
Yeah.
But other goals are more obscure, right? Like maybe you want to become fit. Well, what is fitness, right? So it's nice to be able to track your progress, and you can say, all right, with this goal, maybe it is a goal that I want to get into the gym a certain amount of times a week, or maybe it's a goal that every month I'll test this specific metric, like my mile time or something, and see how that's improved. But it's good to be able to see how you're trending, because if your goal is to gain a bunch of strength and you go into the gym and you're just doing the same thing and never getting stronger, you're not succeeding at your goal. Cool, it's awesome that you're getting into the gym and doing something that's positive for your health, but like, wouldn't you rather actually progress on the goal that you've set out to do?
Yeah.
I sure would. So it's good to have these markers where you can actually test, like track that progress.
And it's good to see if like you'll be on track for your goal, because some people they're not even like aware of like where they are in terms of like are they 20% closer to their goal, are they 50% closer to their goal, because they don't want to like quote unquote check, because it gives them like that feeling of like, oh, I'm not gonna make that much progress. I'm like, okay, first of all, it's only like January or February.
Yeah.
So it's like, you probably won't make that much progress. Like you won't make like a big jump to, let's say your goal is like 50-pound weight loss.
Sure.
Obviously you won't lose 40 pounds in like two months, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you need to have like a realistic expectation, but at the same time, if you were like, I'm never going to look at the scale, well, can you expect to be successful with your weight loss goal if you're never looking at the scale?
Yeah.
I mean, probably not. Maybe, but like, that might not be the best example, but probably not.
Yeah, and it's good
to have some level of awareness,
right? Because when you're aware to like meeting, let's say you lost 10 pounds within 2 months, then you could also like celebrate those wins, because that's also part of number 3 or habit number 3, where it's like you want to celebrate the wins, the small wins.
Yeah.
Just because you want your body to like kind of give it a reward, and not just like a physical reward, like go eat at a buffet or something, like that dopamine of like, oh cool, I'm like 20% closer to my goal, so let me celebrate. Let me say, hey, like 2 months ago I was this person right here who never worked out at all, who never really was aware of like their eatings, but now I'm a little more aware, and I'm even stronger with my squats, stronger with my deadlifts.
Yeah.
So
like you said, the reward doesn't have to be like, I'm doing good on my diet, so now I'm going to go out and eat it. Like, it doesn't have to be like that, but just doing something that is a joy for you, that you're like, oh, this is like an exciting thing. So I don't know, maybe you really like movies, and you can like watch a new movie every time you hit a certain milestone. Or I don't know, for me, maybe what would a reward be for myself? What would a reward be for you, Brandon?
For me, I'd probably say go on, take a weekend vacation somewhere.
Oh, I was just gonna say the same thing. I want to go to Malibu and rent an Airbnb in Malibu. That sounds nice.
Yeah,
that might be a big reward. That might be at the end of the year, But
after 2 weeks, it's like, Malibu.
Malibu have like proportional rewards. Like there's also many rewards. Like I know for me, like I might be like, oh, like let me have this little treat, or like I don't know, like I like I'll have like a little drink I like or something.
Yeah,
like,
that is a good
little rewards. Doesn't have to be like you're going crazy after like 1 week of being on track.
Yeah, but the premise of this is just because you want to celebrate those small wins, because a lot of people, they don't really celebrate the small wins. They want to celebrate that big win.
They don't want to give them any credit for the road to their goal, but that is important to acknowledge as well. Like, you're doing good,
working your ass off. Hell yeah. So the next one is going to be you want to incorporate exercises to address your mobility limitations. And that's just off the bat, if you've been a listener for a long time, that's just because, of course, when you're addressing your mobility, it'll set you up for your success in the long run, to kind of abide your workout program, to abide your New Year's resolution. Yeah. You don't want to get injured like in month 2 and then just have like a major setback where you don't know what's going on with your shoulder, so you stop working out until it gets better.
Yeah, exactly. I had my shoulder bothering me for a while, and I had these goals, and you were telling me, you were like, you need to do a little less in the gym right now and focus on the recovery, and I really didn't want to. Yeah. But when I eventually did do that, my shoulder got better faster, and I was actually able to make progress faster. So it's something that you can understand it, but you got to apply it. You really have to apply it, because like Brandon said, like, that's different for everyone. If you have acute pain, maybe you have to go see a physical therapist. If you just know that you're prone to something, maybe that just means having a warm-up routine in place. But you have to be cognizant of your mobility limitations, or, just having a good plan to prevent injury.
Yeah, especially if you have like a long list of injury history or surgery history, you know that you won't be appropriate for like whatever Sean T or the person who owns P90X, whatever, their workout program, or like someone who's like really into like a deep bodybuilding workout program, whatever you follow online, you CrossFit, yeah, you probably won't be, you will be appropriate if you know how to like regress and change the exercises, but most likely your mobility limitations will show up in the long run, and that'll show up through pain, aches, and long-term soreness and just signs of overtraining. Yeah,
that's a problem with like, CrossFit or I remember in football lifting in high school, they had everybody doing the same exercise. They had everyone doing overhead squats. Mm-hmm. And like so many people couldn't even do a regular squat. Now they're expected to do overhead squats. And people are compensating in all these weird ways. Yeah. Their backs are arching a ton. Mm-hmm. They're like folding forward. Like it's not going to be good to do this if you don't have the requisite mobility. And with your goals for the new year, if you're doing things that maybe it's not the worst, maybe you're doing a squat and you just can't get quite as low as you want to, whatever, you can get away with that in the short term. Mm-hmm. But if this is a year-long goal or a lifetime goal, it's going to take its toll eventually and, hamper your progress.
Yeah, especially in like those boot camp settings where it's like berries or F45. Yeah. Maybe not so much F45, but they're like, go down for a squat, hurry. What I mean? It's like you're trying to go for that kind of like heart rate, and they don't really address that mobility limitation.
Oh, it's definitely F45 too, for sure.
Yeah. And then the fifth habit is going to be, you want to get support from friends or maybe a personal trainer or a physical therapist also if you want to address mobility. But any kind of support will help you with getting to your New Year's resolution, your fitness goal, because they kind of just keep you accountable, would you say?
100%. Yeah, I fully agree with that. Guys, habit number 6. Identify your why. This is a bonus habit. Yeah. All right. No, I skipped one, didn't I?
No. I just talked about habit number 5, which was find support.
Guys. Bonus habit number 6. Identify your why. If you don't have a strong why, you're not going to succeed. There's some quote I heard, but essentially it was talking about how the biggest catalyst for change is going to be pain. Or just, like the discomfort with where you currently are. So like if you really have pain associated with the fact that like I'm overweight and it's causing me health problems, my doctor said I need to lose weight, you're going to have a big catalyst to change. Yeah. If you want to, I don't know, start going to the gym 5 days a week just cause it sounds like a nice goal, if you don't have any deep why, you're so much more likely to fail at your goal. So identify your why. Why do you want to do this New Year's resolution? Why do you want to engage in this new fitness protocol? And is that something that is it strong for you? Does it really motivate you? Because if it is, that's awesome. If it isn't, you might have to think a little more if you actually want to stick with and succeed at this goal.
That's true. It's like playing like the game of like the 5 whys, or like, when like a toddler asks like why. Yeah. It's like when I have clients, I ask them, why do you want to work out? They're like, to lose weight. That's one why. It's like, okay, why is losing weight so important to you? And then they'll say, because my doctor told me I have to, and it's good for my health. Okay, why is it good for your health, and why do you think it's good? Because your doctor told you. Yeah. So then it'll go to like, it's because, I guess it's important because it'll keep me healthy so I can play with my kids, play with my grandkids. And then once you uncover those layers of like those superficial reasons, that's when you can get into like a deeper why. Sure. So then the why is like, it's not health reasons anymore. It's more because they want to play with their kids, and that's important because they want to spend time with them because they're not going to be young for that long. So that's going to be a big one because they want to have that memory and like live and enjoy the biggest moments in life. So that's like the biggest why, that like the biggest, deepest why that I want to get people to tell me as a trainer or as a physical therapist, because then it'll commit them to having a more like consistent plan throughout the year or program with me.
And then as we were just talking about in our recent podcast with Hillary, weight can definitely have an impact on health, but it's not always going to impact someone's health. So maybe this person starts out thinking their goal is to lose weight, and then they realize, well, actually, what is going to have a bigger impact on my health is if my mobility gets better and I can move my joints without pain and do a full squat to like pick up my kids. And then maybe now their goal shifts from initially I wanted to lose weight. I'm not attached to that goal. I was just attached to the outcome of like a better, healthier life. Yeah, exactly. Now that's not my goal anymore. My weight actually, that's not it's about my mobility, it's about getting stronger, it's my vitality. So yeah, it can depend and shift potentially.
Yeah, because like a lot of people that come to me for physical therapy, after I do a lot of whys with them, their number one thing is just like their fear of not being active, or like fear of like being unable to like exercise or move very well. It's because they travel a lot. They're like in their early 30s, so they should be healthy at that age. You know what I mean? They shouldn't be like trying to like sit down after going up a few stairs. Yeah, so they just want to be active and enjoy like the biggest moments in their life, like what I said.
Totally. So these are some good points. And to conclude, adopting new fitness habits in 2023, this is a great thing, right?
It really is.
It's really going to improve your life. So if you are planning on adopting a new fitness routine, I love it. I support it. But start small. Be willing to build up to those bigger goals, because if you just shoot for the stars right away, you're probably going to fail.
Yep, have a plan. And if you guys have any New Year resolutions that you guys want to share, either comment on the podcast if you're on YouTube, or send us a DM and we'll give you some feedback on your resolution.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely like to give that input, honestly. I don't mind at all. I'd love to just have you, check in with me every once in a while.
Or even send it to us, and then you could literally just like ghost us for like the whole year. But then I'll like DM you in 2024 and be like, did you hit this?
Question marks?
Yeah.
Well, it's that like eye emoji where they're kind of
the eyes emoji.
Yeah.
The eyes emoji. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Gabe. We'll see you in the next episode. Peace.